Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Let's go now. Ready?
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Richardson looking to throw this. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Warrior 70, trap 60, trap 60. Go!
Richardson to throw off play action. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Now Richardson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
This one taken in by Olave. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. First and 10, Taylor now. And out of bounds right around the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2nd and 10.
Set. 18, Pioneer. Dragon 60.
Now Richardson back to throw it. This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Hawk 70. 68.
Richardson going to move him around.
Go.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
19, Tiger, 19. Set. Get up.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Here's 3rd and 6.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Richardson. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he works free. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
A quick throw here out to Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you just...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Desperados are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Chris Olave.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks have regained the lead.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. 10-7 our score after one right here. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll set up the screen for Nwogu.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Go! Big Lion! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Hup!
Now it's Richardson.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Chop alert! Chop alert! Rig alert! Rig alert! Street! Street! Go!
From the shotgun, Richardson.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Let's go!
On play action, they'll throw.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
On the double.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Brock Bowers, 84 yards. And the Desperados have taken the lead.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jonathan Taylor.
61 yards.
And the Seahawks have yet again retaken the lead.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. 18, Pioneer. Go.
Here's Richardson to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. 3rd and 20. Richardson looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
Now, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter. Two. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action with Richardson. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And getting this just shy of midfield. Spotted at the 49. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's go. Dragon 60. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Come on, set. Check go.
On 2nd and 10, Richardson. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though.
Hey, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Buffalo 18. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Hup.
Again, it's Richardson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Running left, Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 3rd down and 13. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Richardson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Cowboy 80. Alert! Alert! Say, hey! Ready?
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Richardson going to change the play here.
70 ranges. Jack Panther. 19 tight. 19 tight. Hut, hut.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Touchdown, Chicago! Jordan Mason, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Desperados have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that gives him a 3-point lead.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working. That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Warrior 70, go!
Looking to throw. Richardson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, with that last possession, needing only the one play to find the end zone on the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
172 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Let's go!
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101.
And it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Okay,
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here we go.
Taylor. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. A give for Taylor running right side. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. He picks up 7 yards there, but they're still faced with a difficult 3rd and goal here. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And the drive starts with a run from Achane. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Richardson looking to throw this. Throw caught by Achane. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Richardson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw. Richardson flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Devon Achane. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Desperados are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now we give to Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They run once more with Taylor. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. McNeil.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now 2nd and 4. To the right side, this is Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Seibert's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Dragons 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hey, hey, check that, check that. Hey, smash Bronco. Hey, check that, street. Ready?
Here's Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Mustang 19. Ready?
Now Richardson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Seven Pirates. Go street. 79 Bronco. 60 Maverick. Go, Rig. Go. Hut.
Richardson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it. And that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, go.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Warriors 70. Trap 60. Panther 11. Check out.
Richardson looking to throw it. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Chicago, the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.